Anything you do to just do you. But they don't want you to go, yeah. They don't even want you to succeed. I see it, I know you said. All I've seen is doing it, I know you said. Like you won't play this beginning, I know you said.
Jim, I mean, you set?
Yes.
The man is already here, bro.
Yeah, man. So that
Yeah,
was
if you know you're not supposed to be here, yeah.
Who are going to be here? I got a person to as well.
my just a crew. Don't make a fool your broke on it. Yeah. Hello? Yeah, we'll talk it up. They said somewhere else you just you
Oh, you want me to sit, yeah?
yeah.
Alright.
So everybody set up.
You got Wi-Fi here?
No.
It's okay.
There's one big globe, one world with different continents, many people living different lives, having different activities, but there's one medium that simplifies the world through the most exciting media in Magidi County. Classic 93.9 FM. Classic 93.9 FM. There's one big globe, one world with different continents, many people living always listen to the voice of the people, their favorite radio station, the heart and soul of Liberian information, 93.9 FM. It's classic radio. Classic 93.9 FM. One doubt nothing. Simply the best.
It's okay.
You listen to Classic FM 93.9, broadcasting from Kakata, Magibi County, the political enclave of Magibi, a county located north of Monrovia, approximately 45 kilometers. I would like to say good morning and welcome, and our guest this morning is the political leader of the ANC, Alexander Benedict Cummings. He's our guest this morning, and as a matter of fact, this is happening on the sideline of the ANC National Convention taking place in Magibi County. You may be aware that Honorable Alexander Benedict Cummings being the political leader of Liberia since 2017, and 2023 he ran for the presidency. As a matter of fact, he's I think you tell 69 on December 7th, and of course he's a graduate of the College of West Africa, and also attended Cottington University of our undergraduate programs, and hold an MBA from a finance from the Clark Atlanta University in the United States of America. You've been here, and this might be your third time. I'd like to say good morning and welcome to you. How you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. It is my third time, and it's good to be back. Thank you.
How's it been with you?
It's been well. I thank God for good health. I always start there, but it's good to be back with you. Good to be back in Kakata, Magibi. Kakata is one of the most vibrant
You always
cities. It is.
Yeah, okay.
You got Monrovia, Ganta, also vibrant, but Kakata, there's a lot of energy here, so it's good to be back. It gives me energy as well.
Okay. How's it been 23 elections?
It's been okay. It's been quiet. Some people think we should just be constantly running, constantly in politics.
Okay.
I don't believe that makes sense. So we took a break, reflect, look at past learnings, and now we're here in Kakata for our convention. We're going to re-energize the party, and then we move forward.
So since the last election, what were lessons learned?
Oh, lots of lessons learned. Our whole communications, media, propaganda strategy needs to be improved.
Okay.
I don't think we focus enough on the young people of Liberia who are the primary voters, on our women. We were horrible at poll watching, so we didn't protect our votes. So lots of learnings, but you live and learn. You cannot do anything about the past. You can only affect the future, but you can learn from the past. And so those are some examples of things we will do different going forward.
You're in Kakata today for the National Convention. How does this set the agenda for ANC in the future?
Yeah, this convention is key. We describe it as it's not a big convention.
Okay.
It's what I call a functional convention. We're here to elect new leaders, to make some changes to our constitution, and again to reset, to re-energize the party. We'll have the big, huge convention, maybe 2027, 2028. But it's an important one for us, again, to reset the party, re-energize the party as we go forward after we've reflected on lessons learned, mistakes, etc. So I'm looking forward to today. I'm looking forward to living here with a united party, with new leadership going forward.
As we speak, the political situation in our country is on, and politicians are trying to rate the government, whether good or bad, whatever progressive or not progressive. What have been your overall rating of your friend Bwaka government?
So the way I start with answering that question is, first of all, Liberian people need to be the ones making that judgment.
But you represent them. You're a political leader.
No, give me a chance now. Give me a small chance. We'll answer the question, right? So, but I'm starting by saying that Liberians got to be the judge of that. And the way I think about it is, I said, look, are more Liberians today able to feed themselves 3 meals a day? Are more Liberians today able to pay their rent? Are more Liberians today able to pay their children's school fee? Are more Liberians today, when their children get sick or they get sick, they can afford to pay to go to the doctor? Is that medicine at the clinics? Those questions, I think the answer to most of those questions are no. The suffering in Liberia continues. The inequality, the difference between a few people who have a lot of money, they make big salaries, and those like our police officers, our healthcare workers, our teachers, what they make compared to what the ministers and deputy ministers and head of agencies make, that gap is too wide. And so this inequality continues. It was there before, it is now. And so I would say the answer to my own questions, that Liberians are not any better off than they were before, and in some cases worse off. And I think that's the verdict on this current government, is that the average Liberian, I do not believe, have seen an improvement in their life. And so this government is failing the people, right? So you had to give them a grade of 0 to 100, maybe 50, right? So it's a failing grade in my mind.
Are they making progress in any area?
Look, in some small areas. For example, going to the southeast, where I'm from, it used to take You had to go to Ivory Coast, in fact, at one point. Now you can get there in 9-10 hours. You can get to River G and then on to Maryland. I think that's progress. And there are other small areas where they're making progress. But, again, I think I don't know how to explain this sense. We set the bar too low.
Okay.
In terms of things to celebrate. For example, they were painting the ministerial complex. And that's some big accomplishment.
That was the press conference.
Yeah, it's not, my fellow Liberians. I'm not being unfair. We have to be more demanding of ourselves, of our government. So it starts with us, but we gotta be more demanding. We gotta set the bar higher in terms of our expectations, and if the bar is just too low, right? So yes, there are things they're doing better. Look, I believe President Boakai wants to do well. But are they actually doing that? We're not seeing it in the lives of Liberian people. Let me put it that way. I don't think Liberians are any better off 2 years into the presidency than they were 2 years before.
You were one of the leading opposition figures in the country. Have the government, through President Boakai, reached out to you since this election?
Yeah, President Boakai, I've been in touch. So, look, we're friends. We've exchanged messages. So in that sense, he has. If your question is, has he called me for advice or to help and that kind of stuff?
The agenda of the country.
No, he has not done that. But look, we're friends. We've been in touch. We've exchanged messages. I know him well. He knows me well. But not to offer advice or to help. Not in that sense. But we've been in touch. Yes.
If you learn a lesson, what would you want to do differently amidst all of these pitfalls with government come, government go? An ANC government, what will you do differently?
Yeah, look, first of all, I keep reminding people we're a long ways away from election, right? 4 years.
As a politician, live to be at 8 elections tomorrow.
No, not necessarily. Anyway, that's a different conversation.
Yeah.
But let me answer your question about what we would do differently. The biggest problem facing our country is this thing called the economy. How do we grow the economy? And the way I try to explain the economy for people to understand, as an example, if you think about rice, every Liberian, rice is our staple food. Some people eat fufu, domo, GB, but rice is our staple food. And we all think about this thing we call the economy, think about it as a bowl of rice that we all eat from. We all eat from this bowl of rice. And the biggest challenge facing our country is, how do you make this bowl of rice bigger? How do you grow the bowl of rice so that Liberians can get more from this bowl of rice? And as you think about all the people aspiring to lead our country, the area I know best, and I think is the biggest problem for our country and people, is how you grow this bowl of rice, how you fix the economy so you can create more jobs for our people, so our people can get more income, so you can reduce the disparity between the have and the have-nots. That area is, again, my area. That's what I've done all my life. That's the area I understand. And I think is the biggest challenge.
You were in corporate service, although global corporate service, but that would be almost a far different from government.
But it's not, because let me explain some similarities.
Okay.
In a big corporation, right, you have to deliver results every day. If you don't, you get fired. In government, you got to deliver results for your voters, because if you don't, they will not elect you for the next year. In a big corporation, you got to hire the right team. You got to get the right people with the right skills. In government, you got to do this thing. You got to get the right cabinet, the right people to drive your results. In the private sector, in business, you got to have a strategy. You have a priorities. You got to make choices. In government, people don't do that, unfortunately. They try to do everything. But to be effective, you need to make choices. You need to prioritize where you're going to focus. You can't fix everything. So there are lots of similarities between the two. There are some differences, of course, but there are similarities. And my experience has been managing very large, complex organization, a budget bigger than the national budget of Liberia. And again, I just try to keep it simple. We got to make the bowl of rice bigger, and we got to guarantee every Liberian the right to put a hand in that bowl of rice. Today, the bowl of rice is not growing. In some cases, it might be getting smaller. And that's why you have other divisions, people fighting to put a hand in. My area is to grow the economy, to create jobs, to grow that bowl of rice, and give every Liberian access to their hand. Look, I remind Liberians, you don't choose the tribe you're born into. You don't choose whether you Gil, Pele, Bassa, Gribble, Madingo, Va. You don't choose your gender, whether you're male or woman. You don't choose your age. You mention my age. I think I'm the oldest in this room. That's not a choice. You don't choose a religion you're born into. Those things should not give you advantage or disadvantage over anybody. And so when we grow this bowl of rice, we guarantee every Liberian the right to put your hand on a bowl of rice. The only thing that will limit you from that is if you're lazy. But that's a choice. If you're lazy, you're not eating much of the rice, but you can choose to be lazy or strong. And if you break the rules, if you break the law, that's also a choice. We're not letting you put your hand in a bowl of rice. But we know how to grow that bowl of rice. And that's what Liberia needs, is to fix the economy, grow the economy, to attract investors, to make sure we're getting benefit from our natural resources, full benefit, not the small stuff we get. And that's my area. I know how to do that one, I think, better than anybody who want to be president of our country, to lead our country.
So how does the convention taking place in Kakata this weekend set the agenda for the ANC?
Well, as I mentioned earlier, we elect our leaders going forward. We will be speaking to these issues I just mentioned about how we grow the economy, how over time we reduce the disparity, the difference between what teachers make, what healthcare workers make, what police people make, the people that actually do the work. Difference between that and then what the so-called big shots make, right? We need to narrow that gap, right? You cannot have a country where a few people, 103 people in the legislature, ride big expensive cars, get big salaries, get big benefit, scratch car, money for the generator, and then the majority of the people can't hardly put food on the table. That for me is the passion, is the desire, that discrepancy, that difference when people are struggling to send their children to school, to pay for their medical health, to pay their rent, to buy food, and then you have a few people, enjoying the country and who want to keep the country the way it is for their benefit. That for us is a challenge, is what we want to, fight to change.
There have been Roman Gapses there's likelihood of a political marriage with the CDC ahead of 2029.
So what's your question?
And where are we with that?
So there's been no formal discussion about collaboration with any political party, CDC or otherwise. But look, in politics, we got to be open to that, right? We're all in opposition. Now, the UP won the election, and now they have the obligation, the responsibility. They've been given the resources to effect change for our people, for our country. Let me remind your listening audience that everybody in government today gets paid. They're not working for free. The president gets paid, the vice president gets paid, the ministers get salary every month, the assistant minister, deputy ministers, the agencies, the legislatures. I think the budget, unless they've changed the budget for the legislators, 103 people is like $40 million, something like that, right? These people get paid every month. It is their job to deliver for the Liberian people. We will unapologetically hold them accountable. When they do things well, we will say so. But when they don't do things well, we will say so as well. Because they are the people now that are in charge. They have control of the resources. They're getting paid every month. And they need to deliver for the Liberian people. But back to your question, we're open to collaboration. We've learned from mistakes in the past. We're not enter collaborations quickly, lightly. You live and learn. You make mistakes, right? But we're open to collaboration with any political institution, not just the CDC.
Did the last collaboration take anything away?
Well, it wasn't successful. So
was it a waste of time, especially putting your time, energy?
No, it's never a waste of time. I never feel fighting to change our country, fighting on behalf of the Liberian people is never a waste of time. I see too much suffering. I see too much disparity between those that have and don't have. I see the way our national resources are pilfered. People taking out of the country, we don't get full benefit. I see a few people enjoying our country when the majority are suffering. It's never a waste of time to fight for those beliefs, to fight on behalf of the Liberian people. I care deeply about our country and our people. So no regrets, just learnings, just lessons from that. And we'll not make the same mistakes, but again, we're open to collaboration with CDC or any other political institution.
You care about young people, working with young people, because you have been proving that it made up more than 50% of our population. The other day you were in West Point and engaging the young people, especially those considered Zogos or disadvantaged youth. Do you have specific plans for the young people that you think will move Liberia forward?
Yeah, so young people are a majority of the population in the country.
Yeah.
I think it's something like 63, 65% of people are under 35. So people like me, like Baron here, we are in the minority. Right, Chief? So our focus has to be on the young people. They are the future of our people, of our country, right? And there are too many of our young people who feel hopeless, who are disenfranchised. They don't have skills. Those that have skills, I mean, there are thousands of young people leave university. There are no jobs to go to. You know, I go back to this thing called the economy, right? How we grow the economy to create jobs for our people. And it's because of this, what a hopelessness, that the drug pandemic festers and is affecting all our people. And again, this is where, as ordinary Liberians, we can help, right? But the government has to take the lead. So when you think about how you stop the drug pandemic, first thing you gotta do is you gotta stop the drugs from coming into the country. Because the drugs are not made in Liberia, they come from outside. And the only people, the only entity that can do that is the Liberian government. They gotta stop it. So whether it's making sure the LDA has the right leadership and resources, customs, border people, immigration, they gotta be well resourced. We gotta collaborate with our neighboring countries where the drugs come from. That coordination is important. We gotta go after the big hands that are benefiting, that are making money from the drugs coming in. Only the government can lead and do that effort. On the other side, what I call the demand side, so you got a supply coming in and you got to reduce the demand. This is where, again, we got to rehabilitate our young people, those who are already affected. We got to get them skills, we got to get them hope, and we got to create jobs for them so they can support themselves and their families, right? And so these are the things we will be publishing in the next few weeks, an action-oriented plan on how we can address this drug issue. But again, as individual Liberians, you know, I visited a rehabilitation center, I think it's Victory Center. People are trying, and we should all try, and we'll contribute to that effort, right? But at the end of the day, our government needs to take the lead in that regard. And ultimately, we gotta create jobs for our young people. We gotta give them skills. You know, the world is a technology world now. So are we training our young people to do what they call coding, right? Everything you look at your phone, I got my phone here, all about technology. What are we doing in that regard? To both use technology in how we run the country, run the government, but to give our young people the skills to actually develop the technology. And that, again, is a part of the focus. That is something, again, I keep saying to our people, that my area, I know how to do those things. I understand how those things work.
Okay, we're having a conversation with the political leader of the ANC, which should be of a 30 minutes, and we have to take the call into actions, and we will take you just for 1 minute and speak to the political leader. If you got issues or questions you want to ask, you can put it through, and that will be better on this presentation this morning. It's on 077-8815-858 and 087-49-1238. And the WhatsApp line is 777-460-800. And for those who are following us internationally on WhatsApp, if you are out of the country, you can join us on +231-886 and +231-777-460-800. Let's talk to this caller. Just 1 minute. 1 minute.
this moment, calling from Fata. Hello?
Yeah, go on. 1 minute, Momo.
Okay, thank you for the studio guest for monitor. And I just want to ask you that monitor is monitoring on some platform issue, and today appointing to any position in the any area. You'll be waiting. Only personal job you want to get before you have the Liberian people. Thank you.
Thank you. He jot down your question. He will answer. So let's keep the question posted. He will respond. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's the name?
This is Obana Jiba, and I join you from Pakistan.
Yeah, go ahead. Post your question or make a point quickly. 1 minute. 30 seconds.
Thank you, and good morning to Mr. Cummings. It's a pleasure being my TV, and I'm grateful that my TV was selected as the host country for your 4th national convention. At least my TV was recognized on your state. This is my concern. Prior to the election, the ANC that we know was in the CPP. But then this is Mr. Cummings' second time contesting for the presidency. And there have been rumors around that contesting twice in the presidency and not obtaining the 1% or above the 2%, you might not have the opportunity to contest. But then some forward discussion was in some intellectual forum. They have been concerned that Mr. Cummings is not going to contest because the ANC have contested twice in the national election, and this time they were not able to obtain above the 1% to 2% accuracy.
Good morning.
Good morning, manager. Good morning, Zikuma Stephen Kakara Mystery.
Yeah, go ahead.
Good morning. Good morning, Honorable Azanakumi. Welcome to Kakata. Yeah, thank you so much this morning. My intention is good. I want to ask the chief this morning what he is doing to see the party impact in Magibi in Kakata, because Magibi is one of the highest voting country in Liberia. But his party impact, what he will be doing for people to see the impact of the party in Magibi in Kakata. Thank you so much.
Thank you. 077881585. Keep your calls coming and put in your questions, or you can make an inquiry quickly. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. What's your name?
Thank God. I'm Maury as calling from Bani community.
Yeah, Maury, go ahead quickly.
Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Honorable Kumi. Thank you for choosing Magibi to be one of your candidates to come do your primary there. Thank you very much. I need opinion about us. But my question would be why you doing for Magibi and really the youth in Magibi can they say you lose election? Why you are not doing? And the second one would be can you tell us how CCP divided during the campaign? Can you be brief to us to know at least? That's one of my concerns. Seriously. Thank you very much.
Okay, so the concern that can come in and 077881585. We'll take two more. Two more, then we'll go to the political leader. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Yeah, you got a post trending your father. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
What's your name? Where you come from? Oh, good morning.
Morning to the honorable man. It's gonna be coming. This is your personal doctor, Manager Declare.
Yeah, doctor, go ahead.
Yeah, I want to ask the honorable man in studio. Honorable man, thank you ever so much for this, platform for people to welcome you on this platform this morning. But my question to you is this: you talking about room, giving room to people, but let's see first.
Maybe be brief. We don't have lost your time.
I will be brief. If the only that people have to give you a state power, will not sound the gay right of this country?
All right, thank you. 07788158858 and be live on the radio. We'll take one more person, then we'll go to the political leader. All right, this person. Good morning.
Good morning, this is Chiba Popana.
Hey, Chiba, we can't take you twice. Other people have the opportunity to be on the line too. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. The lines are jamming. The lines are so jamming. Good morning.
Good morning. Mr. Cummings, this is Matt Richardson. I call for Tourism Community.
Yeah, go ahead, Mr. Richardson.
Yeah, so Mr. Cummings will be the next president. But my question here is, if God help you become president, will you endorse homosexual activity in this country?
Thank you. Someone asked that question already. Yeah. Thank you. For the matter as well, we'll just take 2 more calls because we're not coming back to the phone line again. After we're done with that, we will take a response and other inquiries that were made on the show this morning. 2 more calls will be the final one, 0778815858 and be live on the radio. 2 more other persons will be given the opportunity to be live and put in their question. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning. I asked a question. He said someone already asked.
No, he will answer. That's why I say already noted. Someone asked the same question. He will answer it. So if we have more than one person asking the same question, we require only one answer to that same question. Thank you, Chief. Chief, go ahead.
Okay. So thanks to all the listeners for your questions, and for all of them welcoming me to Makibi, to Kakata. It's good to be here, as I mentioned. Look, there are many ways to try to help our country, and we offer advice, we offer solutions to almost all of our criticisms. And, even as a political leader at opposition party, there's a constructive role we play in trying to hold the government accountable because, again, as I mentioned, they get paid every month, they have control of the resources, and they are responsible to deliver for the Liberian people. There was a question on qualification. So, yes, we, the ANC, would qualify in 2029. The ANC was not on the ballot in 2023. The CPP was on the ballot.
Okay.
And even the CPP would be qualified because even though we got quote-unquote 1% and we made some t-shirts, call it proudly 1% because we think it was contrived. But we still had legislators elected.
Okay.
And the rule says one or the other. You either get legislators or you get more than 2%. So either way, the CPP will qualify. But the ANC for sure qualified because it was not on the ballot in 2023. So just for the record, so everybody who's listening, the ANC will be on the ballot in 2029.
Okay.
The party impact in Margibi, look, in the past we did a big generator here at Liberia. Yeah. We have provided scholarships that I'm sure some Margibian youths have benefited from. But the question I would ask the questioner is, what has UP done since they took state power from Margibi? So UP, the government, again, they have control of your resources. They get paid every month. The people are not doing it for free. What have they done? We are just in opposition. We don't have control of anything. We don't get paid anything. Ask yourself that question. What is the sitting government? What are they doing for Margibi? There was a question about CPP being divided. CPP was divided because I think people were threatened by my ascendancy. When I ran the CPP when I was chairman, it was the most successful period the CPP had. So, unfortunately, my quote-unquote colleagues within the CPP falsely accused me of forging documents. I mean, they tried to assassinate me politically. They were prepared to put me in jail based on complete lies. And, again, I guess the justice system in our country prevailed because it wasn't true, and we were, absolved of these very false allegations. And so we wanted this collaboration to work, to stay together, but the decision was made by two of the collaborating parties to leave. They left the CPP. We never left the CPP, and so that's why the CPP was divided. There was a question on, loans to people. Again, this is something I think the government should do. President, we asked, I think, two of his State of the Union addresses. He said they would offer loans for market women, for Liberian business, etc. Yeah. They didn't do it. I think in President Boyka's first, I may be wrong, I think he made the same offer. I think they should do that, by the way, because that's one of the ways you spur economic growth. One of the ways you create jobs by providing financing by debt, by making microloans to our market women, our Yana boys, Liberian businesses, etc. And then this question about gay rights and etc. So this is one of the things that I think both UP and CDC propagandists, right, try to label me with. And unfortunately, many Liberians, I think, are gullible, maybe, and believe it. But it's complete nonsense. It's complete, excuse my language, unreal. It's complete bullshit, right? I'm married, been married for over 40 years, got 2 kids, I got 5 grandchildren. It's complete nonsense, right? So please don't believe that what I call silliness, that complete, bullshit about my character.
You think it's a propaganda that has resonated well?
Absolutely, it's a propaganda. And because of the vulnerability of society, it may have resonated for some people. Fortunately, I don't think for many, but it resonated for some people, and it's complete nonsense.
So what result do we intend to get out of this convention?
Yeah, look, as I said at the beginning, and again, thank you for this very good interview. I will say some closing words. But at the beginning, this convention is about electing our leaders for the party. It's about making some changes to our constitution in the party. And it's about trying to re-energize the party, get partisans excited again about the future. It's about communicating this message that, the solution to our problems in our country is to grow this bowl of rice, to grow the economy, to create jobs. And the message to Magibians, to Liberians is, that's the area I understand. That's my area. And given the opportunity, we can dramatically change our country for the benefit of all Liberians. The inequality in our country is staggering, and it hasn't changed. When I got into politics around 2016, the same messages I was making back then are the same messages I'm making now, because nothing has changed materially. There have been some small changes, some small improvements, but it has not changed the average life of a Liberian person.
One of the callers said, why wouldn't you want to set an appointment in government, or then you just want to be president?
Well, I haven't been offered an appointment, so that's what I call a hypothetical question. Okay. Right? When the offer comes, if it comes, then we'll decide whether it makes sense or not. But that's a hypothetical question. But what I also see to answer to that question and to your caller is, the other ways we can help our country. In our own small way, we're doing that now. We do not have the resources to solve all the problems in Liberia. And again, I just hope people understand this. Don't make excuses. People in government today get paid to solve our problems. They're not doing it for free. They have control of the resources of the country. And so we will make no apologies in holding them accountable for changing the lives of Liberian people, which again, unfortunately, over the past at least 10 years has not fundamentally changed. All right?
Okay.
So thank you for the opportunity to speak to your audience. Always good to be in Magibi, and I look forward to further engagements both here in the county and across the country. So thank you. God bless you. God bless Liberia.
And I wish the ANC a better stay in the country.
Thank you.
Thank you all so much.
Thank you very much.
Okay, so you heard him right. The political leader of the ANC have been our guest this morning on a very special edition of the Classic Breakfast Show. We run home on this presentation. Have yourself a wonderful weekend.
Call the rest of the guys outside at the crocodile. Yeah. Yes. Peace. Call them to come for the telephones, please. We will leave. Call them.
Thank you.
Call them. Call them. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, yeah, call them. Yeah, please come for your phone. Yes, yeah, please come. Yes.
Thank you for coming.
Thank you.
Yeah, we let it keep. We let it keep.
All right.
Yeah, sure.
Congratulations. Thank you. All right.
Two from you don't give me the money again. Who won this? I don't know. Who won up here?